let's go ahead and get do a small recap. Last week we actually talked a little bit about where our business is right now. We do have individuals that are in the room that are already in business, and some that have just flushing out ideas. So we have the whole range. And so one of the things that we were talking about a lot is in regards to our identifying our target audience, our key message, and then we talked about the actual typical parts of an actual business plan, so you can get writing on that. The foundation that I'm laying, that I have begun to lay, is that if you can identify who your customer is, you can identify what your message to your customer, you can identify what it is that you're planning on selling, then that will make it easier for you to sit down and write your business plan. So I decided to take a different approach versus just going in just saying A, B, C, and D. That's so boring. So how about we get into the real stuff that really matters? The people that's going to make you money. That's what we want to talk about, right? We want to talk about the money making capability, and we want to talk about who we need to target so we're not wasting money. So I think that diving into identifying who your client is and diving into figure out what your message is will help you actually tailor your business plan for all audiences. So then that way, it don't mean just going in and tweaking your full business plan to actually have the language that will fit an investor or fit a customer or fit your employee, or even to you, or even if it's just you, because you are a single person, it would be your sense of motivation. So I did send out some homework. So did anybody do their homework? Let me do some housekeeping. Down on the bottom, there's 3 dots, and it says chat. Feel free to use that feature, but if you can unmute and start talking, that would be great. So who did their homework?
I don't want us all to talk at the same time. My name is Sabrina.
Hey, Sabrina.
So I was on here last week, but I didn't get a chance to introduce myself.
Oh, please.
But I'm Sabrina. I am from Detroit. I was in Saginaw for about 11 years. Now I'm back in Detroit. I don't have a business, but I have a few ideas. So when I look at the homework, I just kind of play around with different ideas. I don't know exactly what it is that I want to do specifically. So I just tried to the best of my ability to do the homework.
Okay. So go ahead and start. What did you come up with? Oh, your eyes got big.
Like, I don't know, as far as like the terminology, as far as like your audience and your customer, like, is that the same person or no? Would that be the same?
Your audience is pretty much the general. Your customers are individual you're targeting with your message for them to spend money with you.
Okay, so I wanted to do something based around like food and drinks and alcohol, mostly alcohol. Um, but it can be a little risky. So my audience was like people who are having private parties, special occasions, people over 21, of course, people who go to parties or who like to drink, and people who are touring like the city.
Mm-hmm.
And my message was, it was something about having drinks that come to you, or like having like a traveling bar.
Ooh.
And I didn't really come up with a 30-second elevator speech. I tried to spin something off of like starting small talk, or like, what's your plans for the weekend? What do you like to do for fun? And then I would discuss like if I had a drink spot or know someone that had good drinks, to try to reel them in. But other than that, that was pretty much it.
That's cool. That's a good start for you. So you only had an idea.
I would like to do something with drinks, but I don't know if I would like to have something that's mobile, if I would like to go to people's homes, if I would like to have a stand that's set up somewhere. I don't know how that will work.
Well, you're off to a good start. At least you know that you want to do something with alcohol and you want to provide an opportunity for people, and you have options. So that's
Right.
great.
Okay.
So that's thank you, Miss Sabrina.
You're welcome.
I think I Miss Weston in the chat. She said I did 3 of the 4 now. down. Oh, okay. All right. All right.
Okay, I'm off
It's
of mute. I mean, unmute. This is Dr.
hi,
Weston.
hi, Miss Weston.
Hi, how are you?
Good, yourself.
Wonderful. Okay, yeah, I did my homework. I did 3 of the 4. I did not do the
Okay.
30-second elevator pitch. So that's where I am. And then I looked for everything to be able to do the self-assessment. I was ready to do that.
Okay.
So I didn't introduce myself last week either. Um, Deetra Weston. I am interested in doing a business. I would like to do sort of a restaurant, but I don't want to go full-fledged independent restaurant at this point because I figure that would be too much to take on at once. Because I know I have the option of the SVRC marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
So I was hoping to start there. And with my success there, that would also give me time to kind of like iron out all the ins and outs of management of the business. And then
Okay.
once I've aced all of that, and then if the need arises, um, I would love to be able to move into a downtown business location,
Wow.
independent. So, and it's a food establishment.
Okay.
Um, and I am hoping that the city of Saginaw can figure out why do eating establishments such as the Martini Bar, I mean, I thought it was going well. I only patronized it once myself, so I'm guilty too. But survival, what's going on with the survival of downtown businesses and especially eateries? I know, however, that the franchises are like trying to take over. And I hate that. We got to stand strong and keep our independent businesses and, keep them strong as opposed to letting the franchises take over the world. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So little leery about being independent, a whole full-fledged restaurant. Now I'm managing seating and tables and bus, everything. Whereas the SVRC handles that half of it, and then I can just focus and concentrate on my menu, my food. So that's where I am. And
Good deal.
thank you.
Okay. Well, I think that was really good. Do you have any feedback in regards to food establishments downtown not thriving? Well, the Martini Bar was not because of the food or anything or people supporting.
Oh, it wasn't?
Is that correct, Keisha?
Yes, that is correct. That was not the case with them.
Oh,
Um, yeah, I think it's just some things just sort of didn't work out, so to speak, because they did get good following and people did support quite a bit. So um, it was just a sudden thing that happened. So
oh,
um,
that's sad.
yeah, and so yeah, I guess just us as individuals, as consumers, we need to be more mindful that we do have businesses now in our downtown at the marketplace, Valerie's,
Right.
Dollar
I've been to Valerie's.
Deli,
Love Valerie's.
Richie Rich's Deli Shop. We have several opportunities for you to dine in the downtown area. So we just need to be more supportive and come out. Just because we know it's something new and we want them to be successful.
Okay, true. Who's responsible for getting the advertisement out for the downtown area? I know there's that other downtown group. I mean, but who puts out, somebody needs to start advertising and promoting the downtown area as a viable business location for eateries and other businesses as well.
I think they do it themselves individually. I would say, as far as, for example, the marketplace, they have a manager and a person who operates all of that, as far as their advertising and what they have to offer. So I know for sure that the marketplace, they do their own. I would have to assume all businesses, all individuals do it as on their own. They don't have anyone far as from the city that dictates that. That really is the influencer on that.
Okay, I'm trying to think of the name of that one Saginaw, um, downtown Saginaw, some
The
kind of group.
DDA,
The DDA,
Say the whole name.
Downtown
Downtown
Development
Development
Corporation.
Association.
Yes, yes. Isn't that something that can be on their plate?
um, Yes, they do some marketing pieces where they feature different businesses and different like type services that in the downtown area. Um, so they do try to promote, so to speak, some businesses in the downtown area, but far as it being just ultimately on their plate to do that,
Uh-huh.
it's not just on their plate. They have a lot of other
Okay.
things that are on their plate as well, far as developing the downtown and trying to get different things to come to the downtown. So that's one piece of it. So there's a lot that is behind the scenes, so to speak, with the Downtown Development Association. So the businesses themselves ultimately have the onus of boosting their business, marketing it, and getting that business out there and making it known to um, customers or clients, whatever service that they're offering, that they're there and they're offering that service. That's just a part of business.
Which we're going to talk about today.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome.
Yep. Thank you. So, anyone else? Because I'm gonna get to Miss Weston. We're gonna actually get to your points as we get through the presentation.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll make it fast. How you doing? So I think my client customer profile is going to be men in between the ages of 16 and 80. They're going to be very mechanical people who are, really into cars and stuff like that. I guess as far as like their income, I would say from minimum wage up to the point where, they're spending like a retirement money and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I think, so my 30-second elevator speech is about me, right? Or is it about the business?
About your business.
About the business? All right, we're gonna skip that one then.
Okay, give me your elevator speech.
All right. So I just basically said my name's Paul. I own and operate P2 Customs. I've been powder coating for over 3 years, and we continue to improve our process every day. I've been into customization since I discovered my passion for cars, and you're always going to get a quality product from me because I treat every project like my own.
And then, Paul, I'm going to.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
I said, then I'm going to.
It's cutting out.
Hear me?
No, it keeps cutting out.
I was going to say, if you treat mine like yours, then I want to see your.
Yeah, we do have a we have a shop car we're building.
Awesome.
So. Did you need my marketing speech too, or we can go?
Oh, no, let's go.
Okay. So I said everybody has a unique style. P2 Customs provides unique functional applications of powder coating and high-tech Cerakote. Our goal is for everybody who steps into our facility to feel like family, getting a truly unique service where quality is our specialty and style is everything.
So you did your mission.
I tried.
You did, yeah. Give it up for Paul.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Is there anyone else? Lisa? Miss Jackson? Anyone? Miss Jones?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Sorry for not being visible today, but I just got off work at 8 this morning, so I am not together at all. But
I'm glad.
just a little bit about me. My name is Lisa Riley, and I recently I just bought a little building on Mackinac with a couple of other women, and right now we're renovating and we're looking to start some sort of business out of it. And what we're leaning toward is we want to become some kind of resource to the community by maybe providing trainings, and also using the space as like a small space for like maybe open houses or bridal showers, because the building will basically be an open space. So basically I am just trying to fill it out. We're also uh I'm also looking for ideas. So I listened to a lot of what you guys said yesterday about using resources like the Chamber of Commerce and visiting with the city. So basically I am just here to try to learn a little bit on what to do next for the three of us.
Okay. Wow, fantastic. I will also encourage you, since you said like an open space for like rentals for different events and things of that nature. And you said for trainings, is that for people to rent the space for trainings or for you all to do trainings?
Both.
Okay.
Both. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. Anything from Miss Jones and Miss Jackson? And I'm sorry, I'm making an assumption that you are women. Sorry. Why Jones? Well, Miss Jackson is Miss Jackson.
This is Yolanda. Yolanda, I'm the director of the Office of Management and Budget. I'm just here listening, trying to get some ideas for my own personal business. So, my first session. So I'm here today.
Oh, hi. Glad to have you with us. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and dive in. I so appreciate all your comments. I'm all inspired. Like, okay, I want to get my car done. You know, I don't need it because I just want to see the paint. To the point, and I'm hungry and I haven't had breakfast. So, yeah, we're talking about food, and I'm excited about the different facilities and things that are actually happening. So, great job. So, if you are ready for week 2. Let's go ahead and make some things happen so that you guys can take ownership of the rest of your day and continue to make your dreams a reality. All right, so here we are. 2. So what we're going to talk about today is looking at the framework, and we're going to do a lot of deep diving into why you are in business and how the hows of doing your business. Again, I decided to take a different approach to actually doing the business plan writing, because if you can flush all of these ideas out right now, it would definitely make it easier for you to actually compile your business plan because you've done all of the hard work up front. And when I say the hard work is identifying that client profile. Paul did a great job and saying, hey, they work for minimum wage to they're spending their retirement money. Okay. Well, then we're going to talk about how do you flush that plan out for them, or provide a product that's within their budget, or within your budget in order for you to meet your needs, for your business. So one of the things that we're going to do today is talk about vision statement. Now, when we talk about our vision statement, it is pretty much what you see your business. What does it look like? It's not present. This is totally future. Vision statements are futuristic because it says, hey, this is what I would like to see done. This is where I would like to see my business to go. So vision statements are very ambitious. So that means that they are reaching for the sky. They're actually saying, in 10 years, I see my business doing A, B, and C. One of the things that I do in part of my business that I host vision board parties. And when I host vision board parties, it is my opportunity to help visualize in a more tangible way and in a fun environment, what they want their life to look like. There's a law called the law of attraction. And whatever, I have a quote on my wall, I'm looking at it right now. It said, you get what you focus on, and so focus on what you want. And that part of it is like when your business, if you focus on what you want out of your business, then what you are focusing on, you'll begin to work out those steps. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Also, your vision statement is articulating your hopes and your dreams for your business. So when I host vision board parties for people's lives, most times people struggle with the fact that they know the things that they want. They just don't know the how to get to it. And that's the same thing with our business. We know that we have an idea. We know that we have a product that we want to sell. However, the proper steps of getting there to be positioned so that people can find you, can patronize you, can be returning customers is most important. However, most times you that vision, most times we go straight to the end and say, my business is going to be a multi-million dollar business. Well, mine is a multi-billionaire, a multi-billion billion business. So I'm global. So everything about when I think about my company is global. When I say that, it's like when I think of my vision statement, the word global is inside of my vision statement because that's where I'm headed. And so I find myself in environments that feed the global side of my company. So that means I'm engaging in conversations. I'm watching other entities around the world. So I'm paying attention to the stock market. I'm paying attention to what some of the trends are. And then I try to incorporate that into what I want to see for my business. Also, so you can do a vision statement for your entire company, or you can also do vision statements for segments of your company. I did one globally just for the entire company, but I'm a conglomerate, so I have other businesses. So I have a vision statement for all of the businesses and things that I do. So I have a vision statement for what I want to see for one, like what I'm doing right now, hosting business writing seminars. So I have a vision statement for that. I have a vision statement for my vision board parties. So, but overall, MAM Enterprises, I have a tremendous vision statement for MAM Enterprises. So when you talk about that, the question is, where do you want to go? So your vision statement, like I said, it should be very ambitious. And I'm not saying it should not have how-tos in it at all. It shouldn't have steps to how you plan on getting there, because that's not part of the vision. The vision is I forecast and see this is where I want to go. Okay. So if you look at my diagram, you got the vision, then you pop on down to your strategies. Your strategies are pretty much part of your action plan, which actually lays out to your goals and your objectives, which we are talking about. Because when you actually achieve your objectives and execute your plan, then you have success. And when you have success, it breeds more vision. So the more vision, the more the things you do, the success of the execution of your strategies will produce more vision. So your vision statement always grows. It grows like planting a seed in the ground, and you keep watering it, and it gets too big, you have to repot it. So that means that your plant got to the place like, I need something bigger. That's what vision statements do for you, for your business. Now, okay, so let's move on to mission statement. Now, I'm going to be flipping between sharing my screen and some of the documents that I have actually mailed out to you all, because I emailed some things that actually have a framework for a vision statement. And I also have a framework for the mission statement, which I'll pop over after I walk through this slide. So now there's a difference between your mission statement. Your mission statement is why you are in business. What is the purpose, and why does your business exist? So your mission statement should talk about why you are here. What is your purpose? Why are you in business? So for a mission statement is pretty much like, for instance, at First Ward, our First Ward mission statement is that we self-sufficient. We do that by offering our programs, and we actually execute that by funding sources that actually help us fund our mission. So the purpose of us being here is that we want to help families become self-sufficient. So you need to know for your business, why are you in business? Because people want to know what's driving you. You can, your mission statement is pretty much, this is what I am doing in order to solve this problem in our community or filling a niche in our community. Okay. It tells the world what you do and how you do it. And the mission statement answers the questions, who you are. So most mission statements, like if you're opening a nonprofit, mission statement is that you're a 501c3. You can be a 501c3 or a 501cf or G. But there's many 501c3 statuses based on the actual structure of your 501c3. 501c3. It could be D, F, G. They got a whole lot of letters, and they all have something totally different for those type of exemptions. If you are a business, you want to tell people who you are. Your mission statement should also be so clear that your employees are motivated by your mission, because this is what we do. Your mission statement drives your company. Let's see. Lastly, mission statements are about 5 to 15 words at best and no more than 20 words. What you don't want to do, your mission statement can easily be your 30-second elevator speech. Because in that one statement, you're telling everybody who you are, why you exist, and what you do. So let me take a few moments. I'm going to pause.
I think your mic muted.
Uh-oh. Am I muted? Can you? Okay. So from our, where is it?
You're not muted, Michelle. I think it dropped.
Am I good? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Oh, okay. All right. I'm trying to our mission statement. Um Give me one moment, everybody.
You're kind of going in and out a little bit.
Am I? Is it not strong? Hello? Can you hear me?
I
Yes.
can hear you.
Yep.
Okay. I apologize. I don't know
Okay.
what's going on today. Uh-oh. Hit the wrong one. Sorry. Okay, so here we are, the mission statement framework. Email this to everyone. So for your mission statement, the framework is pretty simple. You can, and you can tailor this how you like it. Our product or service is, we provide four is pretty much your client and your customer who are dissatisfied with, because sometimes you can feel a void in an area where I'm in business because people are not satisfied with internet. Okay, that's a good one. So anybody got a telecommunication company, give Charter a run for their money or Spectrum. Anyway, or unlike and we offer. So I am going to, this is in your packet, so you can use this as a framework to develop your own mission statement. Then that way am I coming in and out still?
No, you're actually doing pretty good now.
Okay, great. So this is a good template that you can use to statement. And Just I also included a mission statement questionnaire that will help you aid in doing using the framework. So sometimes it's easier to break what they say. My mom tells me all the time: the best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. So developing your mission statement is just one bite at a time. There's a series of questions about actually what exactly do we do? What products and services do we offer? Who is our ideal customer? What customer needs do we
cell phone.
meet?
Started at
Uh,
10. 10:42.
hey, Miss Brenda, can you mute, please?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Glad to have you. What customer needs do we meet, and what benefits do we provide? What markets or geographical areas do we plan to serve? What sets us from the competition? What are the best things that satisfied customers can say about you? So if you're in business right now, take a few moments and actually evaluate your service that you provide to your customers. One thing that most people use if you're using online services is people always go to the reviews. If you're an Amazon shopper or a Etsy or whoever, you always want to check the reviews to see how the product works. That's business. You want to make sure that people are giving you feedback in writing or online or verbally that you can actually quote, so that way people can know how your business is helping them, helping the community. Will people come back and patronize? Because we are people that want to know. Because if you want to know if it's a good restaurant, you check the reviews. So you want to make sure that what customers are saying about you. And what gets us most excited about the company's future? So these are just some questions that you can use to help frame your mission statement. Again, your mission statement is so important because it actually helps fuel and actually drive your business, so people will know why you're in existence. So um, let's see here. Let's go back to the presentation here. So I'm going to share with you uh here. I'm going to share with you all a mission statement um, by. Okay. All right. So about what you do, tell you who you are. Morning. Okay. Stay tuned. Now, this is Tesla. Tesla has this is their mission statement. Their mission statement is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. Now, Tesla makes electric cars, and they have lithium ion batteries. Now, their owner, Elon Musk, is also the first person who has a actual flight to take people to into space. So his whole drive is sustainable energy, and he uses it through most of transportation. So here you have a car. That's their mission. Another mission, I think I had a couple of, let me see, some other people that had mission statements. Let's see if we can move through that. Oh, oops. Trying to get y'all some more individuals that had their mission statement. Do anyone already have a created mission statement while I look for my other ones? Any questions thus far on vision statement and mission statements? No? Okay. So another also Virgin Airways. I have it on another piece of paper. Virgin Airways mission statement is simple. It says the foundation of everything we do here at Virgin Atlantic Airways is to embrace the human spirit and let it fly. Facebook's mission statement. Founded in 2004, Facebook's mission is to give people the power to build community and bring the world closer together. People use Facebook to stay connected with family and friends, to discover what's going on in the world, and share and express what matters to them. So do you see how Facebook is actually fulfilling their mission?
Mhm.
In the world, you go on Facebook. I have found somebody had a post that Facebook is that place where you meet everybody in every phase of your life. I have connected with one of my preschool classmates on Facebook.
Mhm.
So when you look at their mission statement, they're fulfilling their mission statement every day that someone gets connected onto Facebook. Another mission statement by Starbucks. Starbucks' mission statement is to inspire and to nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time. Interesting, right? So, Starbucks. I was laughing because I was watching, I don't know what show I was watching, but the young lady said, "Oh, I know our neighborhood have arrived. We now got a Starbucks." So, and one person at a time. So do you all see how these particular mission statements are being perpetuated every day in our lives?
Mhm.
So right now, you can have a Facebook account. I know very few people who don't have a Facebook account that are connecting. My mother's on Facebook. Okay, that's a whole nother other conversation because that's a whole nother generation. I mean, trying to figure out, my mother's famous for sending out memes, and and then whole thing with this whole election and all of this kind of stuff. Facebook to them is just way too much. I don't need my mama on Facebook. That's not on, but I don't need my mama on Facebook. She sent some funny memes though. But my whole point is, Facebook's mission statement is living up to what they say they said they're going to do. Starbucks is doing the same thing. You want your mission statement to actually fall into a place where people can relate to your mission statement on a daily basis and say, yes, this is what this business's company is fulfilling their mission. And besides, when you're fulfilling your mission, it makes it so much easier to engraft more people in because they see your mission at work. Okay, so the difference between the vision statement and a mission, the vision is futuristic. It talks about where you want to go. Then it also talks about what you want to see in the future. Your mission statement is more present. It talks about who you are and what your business is about. So I believe every business should have a clear vision and mission statement. Because the bottom line is, your mission statement should be hanging up somewhere so your customers can see it if you have a brick and mortar. It should be somewhere on your business card. It should be somewhere on your advertising because what you want to do, you want to draw people in. Now, true or false? False. Consumers are emotional beings.
True.
So if I'm emotional, how do you
By the way you make them feel, if you make them feel happy, appreciated, valued.
have you seen that happen? Sabrina, somebody made you happy and you gave them money?
If I was satisfied with the service that they provided, if they did what they said that they was gonna do, then yeah.
Okay. Do you return?
Yeah.
Others.
Yeah.
So you see how one emotion Not only had you spend your money, it had you coming back and telling somebody. Statement, you convey that to somebody's heart, and you always have a story of why into business. Don't ever downplay your mission statement of why you doing what you do. Because here's the thing, your mission statement, you know what? I want a better life for my family, and I'm providing this service to do A, B, and C. You want your mission statement to resonate with people, because when it resonates with people, then people more likely will support you when it resonates with them. Does that make sense? That's powerful. Your emotions. Because here's the thing: how many? Okay, this is a sidebar, but how many of y'all are emotional eaters? If you happy, you eating. If you sad, if you mad, you eating. You know. Here's the thing: those emotions are dangerous. You got to know how to control them.
Exactly.
But it's the same thing with spending. I feel good. I'm going shopping. I need you to come to my store. So how do I advertise in my mission statement that if you're not feeling good, you can come to me and I'll make you feel better? Now, Sabrina talk about doing spirits and alcohol. She looking to show you a good time. So, Sabrina, you can easily play to people's emotions. You need a good
Yeah.
time, come to see me.
I want them to have a good time, though. I don't want them to come when they sad and they drink up all the alcohol and then they throwing up at my bar. Mm-mm.
I got you. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Everything with moderation. But I just want to show you that when your mission statement should be it should be so that you connect to people and people can connect to you. I think that's what's most important. Any questions? Do anybody want to walk through a mission statement? Anything? Anybody? Oh, all right.
Hey, Melanie, is your presentation available for like print out?
I can print it out. I can email it for you. Call me Melanie. You must know my sister.
I'm sorry, Michelle.
It's okay.
All I can see is that M by your name. But yes, if I could get that to print out, that would help me so much. Thanks.
Yes, 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 yes. And actually, I'll add the notes to the bottom of it. Some of the notes that I had in regards to it to have like the notes and stuff in it. I'm transparent.
Awesome.
Okay. So we talked about the vision statement. We talked about the mission statement. I shared missions statements with you all, and we're going to actually dive into. Oh, excuse me. We're going to dive into one more thing before we move forward, so we can maximize on this. Now, again, like I was saying before, the more you tap into getting these things done beforehand, the easier it is for you to write your business plan. The easier it is. Let's look at some. I sent a document of real world mission statements, and I want to go through that if you all don't mind, because I want to see which one resonates with you. Let's do real world vision statements. This is also in your packet as well, in your email. And I'm going to share my screen. All right. Okay, some real world vision statements. Now, Hewlett Packard. Anybody remember HP?
Mm-hmm.
HP is pretty much
Yes.
the technology company that says to make technical contributions for the advancement and welfare of humanity. As a matter of fact, I have an HP. I'm a Mac girl, but I have an HP because I like HPs. So, Mary Kay, this is their vision about it, to give unlimited opportunities to women.
Nice.
Do anyone know the history of Mary Kay?
I used to, don't know it anymore.
Okay. So Mary Kay, her whole goal, she was at home person, at home, and she decided to make a company solely to advance women, and she created a cosmetic company. She didn't start off in cosmetics, but she ended up in cosmetic, and she offered women opportunities to have their own franchise of her business to sell to people in their, people that they know them for themselves for economic opportunity. Mary Kay turned her one idea into a multi-billion corporation where she have thousands, tens of thousands of women making their money for themselves. Now, I know a lady right here in Saginaw who is a Mary Kay consultant, and she's very high up. And over the course of her tenure with Mary Kay, she had at least, I said at least 10 cars, 10 to 14 cars.
Mm.
Can you believe that? 10 to 14 different cars that she achieved through Mary Kay. Right here in Saginaw.
Right. I think I know what you're talking about.
And she is sweet as pie.
Right.
Yes. Unlimited opportunities. That opportunity led this our local resident to college debt free, travel, home, the whole nine. Opportunities for women. That's her. That was her whole goal. And Mary Kay, I would say, has been very successful in fulfilling her vision. So that's a vision statement in full. Let's see who else. Walmart, our friendly local store. Walmart says their vision is to give ordinary folks the chance to buy the same things as rich people. What do y'all think? Rich people buy at Walmart?
No.
No.
I really
Wait a minute. Do anybody out here work for Walmart? So it say give every ordinary folks a chance to buy the same things as rich. Now that's their vision. So maybe they're doing it in other places, but we may not see that here. So y'all had an emphatic no. Emphatic no to Walmart's vision. But that's how they started out. The whole point was we want to create a store that that anybody can go to and get the same things that rich people get. I don't know what it is that rich people buy that we don't already have. I think it's just on another quality level. But I don't see the high end stuff at Walmart. So maybe that's the chance to buy. Maybe that's what the whole point is, the chance to buy.
Mm.
So those are some vision statements that people have. Merrick Pharmaceuticals to preserve and improve human life. They're all into pharmaceuticals. So they're saying their whole vision is to make sure that human life can be preserved and improved by their products. Yeah. So those are examples of real life vision statements, and then I want to pull up real life mission statements. I'm taking time in doing this because if you can honestly convey your vision and mission, I'm telling you, it makes it so much easier for you to even write it down and keep moving and then stay on task. All right. It went out of business. Okay, the mission statement for FedEx. Get it there. What do you think?
That's pretty good.
That's their whole mission. Their whole mission is to get it there. Let's see. The NBA. The NBA's mission is to be the most respected and successful sport league and sports marketing organization in the world. What do you think about that mission statement?
It's great because I'm a Lakers fan.
And they just won, right?
Yes, they worked hard to get where they are.
I should say they work hard. All right. So when we talk about different mission statements, let's find Disney World. Disney World's mission is to make guests happy.
They're doing that.
They're doing that. Because here's the thing, their whole thing is customer service and providing that that experience. Be our guest, put our service to the test. You ever heard that song? They sing their mission and their mission every time the person comes into Disney World, Disneyland, anywhere in the world. They're gonna say, "Be our guest to the test." And as a matter of fact, Disney has also went into the way of actually putting their company and putting their mission into action by providing an actual training. It's called the white glove test. And anybody who's a travel agent or anybody that does hotels, if you ever go to any one of their resorts, their mission is all drilled all the way down to their employees that they have certifications for white glove testing. So that means that every room, every facility, bathroom, you name it, has to pass a white glove test. That's how far they drilled their mission into the everyday life of individuals come in. So when you go into one of their facilities as a consumer and you see the white glove certification on there, you know that a thorough job in fulfilling their mission. We used to have a person that lived in that area who had a travel agent who was, he currently still is, white certified. So Disney went to great measure, and I'm spending a lot of time on this because I want you all to see how important it is, because that is the marquee of your business. So we're gonna get down to the other stuff. So let's go. Y'all ready? Let's go. Whoa! Okay. Y'all like this kind of stuff, right? I really do. All right. So now, when we talk about doing objectives, your objective are your business goals, how your business goals are considered. Now, objectives, now we're talking about into the nitty gritty and the everyday, how we're going to make this thing happen. Now, when we talk about your goals, your objectives are the overall, and then you have goals. So they're SMART, your SMART goals. So this is how an objective is laid out. I love this little image. So you have your objective here, which is right here in the center. Your SMART goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, attached to it. That's how you're going to reach your goal. So you have a goal of saying, well, in my first month of business, I would like to attract 50 customers, 50 paying customers. Your objective is that the goal is that you want to attract 50 paying customers within 1 month. So how do you plan to do that? You break it down into bite size. Pretty much objectives are how will you measure success in achieving your goals. So you have a specific is that I want 50 paying customers. When, which is the T, what did I say? By the end of the month? No, end of the week? 50 paying customers by the end of the month. How do we plan on actually getting them there? Is that realistic? Is it realistic that you have a plan in play that would attract 50 paying customers? And how do you know that you have reached your goal? Is it measurable? Do you have let's just say a sales report, or do you have a receipt book, or what do you have that will say at the end of the month that you have 50 paying customers? Okay. um, Achievable. The bottom line is your marketing. When we talk about the marketing tools and start talking about marketing, you want to make sure that in your marketing you're using your SMART goals as your backdrop to drive how you're reaching out to your customers. What are you saying to your customers? How are you bringing them in? How is the experience once they're in there? And how do you make sure you nail the sale? Because when you nail the sale, you nail your goal. Okay. This is SMART goals in a color kind of way. So then that way it'll help you when you go to set your goals for your business, so that it's real, that it makes sense and it's tangible. So for specific, one, do real numbers with real deadlines. Okay. Don't say I want more visitors. That's not specific enough. That's why I say I want 50 paying customers. You have to make it specific. Now, let me tell you about the law of attraction. The law of attraction says if you are as specific as possible, then when it comes, you have it. A lot of times we as business owners say, hey, I just want to, you telling people about your idea. Yeah, I just want to help people. Let's see. I need an example. Oh, I need 50. I just want people to come into my business so I can sell my donuts. Okay. What kind of people, how many people do you want to sell donuts, and how often do you want them to sell them, and when do you want them to come in? No, you just don't want to have people to come and get your donuts. You want to be more specific. So if you want to say, because I'm going to tell you, when you start drilling down like this, like for instance, Paul, for your business, when you talk about the custom, you can, all of the different kinds of ways that you can paint a car or customize a car should have a goal to it, because your goal is going to be attached to your money. So when we start talking about forecasting, you're saying that I want to sell 5 black sparkly onyx iron cars. I want to sell 5 black packages. I want to sell 5 royal blue packages. You want to be as specific as possible, because at that point, your marketing is going to drive your packages for the black, the blue, and the other colors of paint that you want to actually get done within a time frame. So for your measurable, make sure your goals are trackable. Do you have a system in place that will track your sales? Do you have a system in place that will track your services? You don't hide behind buzzwords like brand or engagement or social influence. No, you want to make sure that it is trackable. That's why when you go on Google and you do a search, or you on Facebook and you do a boost on an ad, you have analytics behind it. So it'll be very incumbent, if you're doing anything e-commerce, or if you're doing anything marketing wise, that you have a way to actually measure those analytics and see the impact. Now, I'm tracking. I have an event coming up next week, and I sent out invitations. And as the envelopes are being opened, I know when they open them at time. So then that way you can get an actual response rate of how their event is actually being marketed and being received. So you want to make sure that is trackable. A is attainable. Work towards a goal that is challenging but possible. Don't try to take over the world in one night. One way to eat an elephant is bites at a time. Take the parts of your business that you have a passion for, that you can flush out and make happen right now. So when you look at your overall mission, if there's a part of your mission that needs other things like capital, and you don't readily have capital, but you do have something that you can do at this moment, do what you can do, because you'll generate capital that will help you probably to help you fulfill the other part of your vision. You don't have to do all of your donuts at one time. You can actually roll out your donuts to see how it does. to see if you get some sales, and then you add and you let your customers tell you, I would like to see a chocolate chip donut. Then you're like, okay, how many people want to do chocolate chip donuts? You don't do 5 dozen chocolate chip donuts because one customer said. You want to make sure there's a need, okay? Realistic, which is the R. Be honest with yourself and know what you and your team are capable of. So if you set a goal that you want to have 50 paying customers and it's just you within a month, is that realistic? Can you handle 50 paying customers by yourself? Or do you need to have someone else on board to help you get those customers in that they'll spend your money with you so you can reach your goal at the end of the month? Another part of realistic, don't forget any hurdles that you may have to overcome. Life happens. So if you set a goal for 50 paying customers and it's just you, and let's just say your car breaks down and you can't get to your place of employment, that's going to damper or it probably may hinder, depending on your business, you're getting those 50 customers. Because when you start about getting 50 customers in 30 days, each day you want to set a goal for the number of people you need to reach on a daily basis over that 30 days in order to get your 50 paying customers a month. All right. And then the T is time bound. Give yourself a deadline. Now, here's where the level of accountability needs to be, especially for me, need to be enforced. Is because we give ourselves too many passes when it comes to deadlines. Give yourself a hard deadline and then give yourself a hard deadline, a soft and a hard deadline. The soft deadline is that I'm work to get this done by this certain day, but the hard deadline is when it needs to be done, because if it's not going to be done, I'm going to hinder my money. Okay, so you want to make sure that when you give something, it's realistic, but you have a realistic time deadline in order to get some things done. So when I gave you the smart goal is that I want to have 50 paying customers buying donuts over the next 30 days. So that means that for the next 30 days, I am driving my marketing towards donut sales, towards customers. So that means promote, because I want people to get in, try the donuts. If I can afford for people to eat the donut or try the donut, so they can buy them, we do what we need to do to get those 50 paying customers. And then we'll talk about a little bit more. How much do they need to spend per day in my shop in order for me to make my goal? That's, again, part of the forecasting. Right. Are there any questions? I think I said a lot. Let me look at y'all. I'm coming out. I'm coming out so I can see y'all there. Processing it. What do y'all think? I said a lot.
I thought it was very informative information to get you where you need to go.
Thank you. That was a
As
lot of
far as
information.
the objectives, I'm sorry, as far as the
Mm-hmm.
objectives and the action steps, is there a magic number, like you should have so many or not too many, or just whatever you feel is enough for your business?
The latter, whatever you feel is necessary for your business. Yep. Because your objectives is pretty much your goals. So you have a goal for service and products, you can have a goal for your marketing, you can have a goal, a money goal. Yep.
Basically, what you're saying is don't set yourself up for failure, right?
What I'm saying is, if you have smart goals, you won't set yourself up for failure because they're gonna be smart.
Okay.
It's the thing is that know yourself. If you know you can only do one thing, do that one thing 100%. And if you know that it's not realistic, then find what's realistic and attainable. But here's the thing, I don't discount failures because failures are still stepping blocks in movement towards goals. I think the perspective of failures, I redefine everything. I look at a failure as, okay, I wasn't supposed to go that way, or I wasn't supposed to do that way. Now, I'll give you all an example of failure. So, you know the household cleaner 409?
Yes.
Okay, the house cleaner 409. The reason it's called 409 because they failed 408 times. 409 is when it worked. And that is the honest to
No,
God truth.
that's very, yes.
They failed 400. It didn't work 408 times. It's called 409 because 409 is what works. So now when you look at now, every time you go to the cleaner, now you're gonna look at 409 like, dang.
In a different way.
So here's the thing. They took their failure and they
Because we
recast
want
it.
it.
Huh?
I guess I'm saying because we want it so bad, it's like having a baby and it's getting ready to birth that baby. And we
Hmm?
want to do something so bad that we'll have higher expectations, that set higher expectations that we can achieve.
Right. And that's what your vision statement is. Your vision statement is that very, very lofty ambition and high expectation. Then you break it down to your mission, you break it down to your objectives, then you break it down to your strategies. Your so there are steps because that very lofty goal has to be broken down into ways that you make smart goals that's attainable, achievable, measurable, and have a time stamp on it. So then that way you know that you're actually meeting it.
So would all of that go into the business plan?
Yes, ma'am.
All the objectives and all the
Yes, ma'am.
goals? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. For every aspect and every area of your business. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, like you had mentioned earlier. Like the
Because what happens,
employees
yes,
and
because
your
that's what drives your employees in order to make their goals.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a mouthful what you gave us. It's awesome.
Thank you. But I think that most times I would say every Fortune 500 or what you consider a successful company has gone through this process because the bottom line is it's not an emotional business should not be emotional. The only emotional part of it is that you as a business owner or creator or inventor, your emotions is attached to making sure that it's successful. But when you're actually getting into business is about money, relationship, and product. So at that point, that's why you have unfortunate shrewd business people because you feel like, man, they don't even have a heart. Well, they don't. They have a heart, but they don't wear it in their business because the bottom line is, I mean, watch an episode of Shark Tank and watch those sharks go into that business. It ain't nothing personal because by the time they get done with that show, they're probably going to get a drink or going to get something to eat. It's about business. Most times we get so emotionally engaged in our business that we take things personal, that we self-sabotage our business because of how we feel, and not realizing that failure as well as disappointments are all a part of business and the success. That's what makes you. And I'll just do a little sidebar. If you look back over your life personally, over your life, all of the hiccups, oops, bleeps, and blunders, and you look at yourself today, those oops, bleeps, and blunders made you who you are today. So in business, we're gonna have them, but we do everything we can to surefall have them often. That would hinder our bottom line, which is our profit. That's why we create smart goals. That that's why we have a very distinguishable way of forecasting what we want to get out of our business. And then we put the hard work in, the elbow, sweat, and tears. Yeah. Okay. I'm done encouraging. All right, let's keep moving. Oh, let's talk about strategies. All right. How are you going to build your business? Now, these are the strategies. Strategies are pretty much the nuts and this is like, okay, what is our game plan? How are we doing? Okay? It's also what will you sell? So, what is your unique selling proposition? What makes your business different from other competition? Now, let's talk about competition. Now, I mentioned last week that sometimes you can your strategy or I like the whole fact that don't discount improving on existing products, because you can see a product on the market and add some small value to it and actually have a better product that people will want to buy because, oh, I didn't even that. Oh yeah, I didn't think, that's a great addition. Now, when you talk about your business, you want to think about how do you plan on building it? What are your values? What are your product? What are you selling? So let's just take some of our local barbecue places here in Saginaw. Big O's opened up over on Bay Road, and now they're in the SVRC Marketplace. Then you got Baldwin's. Then you got Famous Dave's. Now, all three of them are barbecue restaurants. Oh, and then you got Crude Ups, who, they got a special today. I'm going to try them out. So you got 4 different places that do barbecue. What makes each of them different? Now, each of them probably say, you know what? It's the way that we cook our meat. It's the way that we sell our meat. It's the way that we package it. It could be very well that secret sauce. But the bottom line is they feel they have a unique way of selling their business based on what they can offer you. And again, based on what we want, we decide if we're going to patronize either one of 4 of those barbecue places. So there's also a barbecue place in. I think so. I'm not sure, but I know that Big O's they're headed that way. Oh, Slapping Slabs. Oh, that's another place. Yeah, Slapping Slabs, and I heard that his food is good. His food is really good, but you have to figure out for yourself what is your unique proposition and what makes you different from the competition. So you can identify, because when you talk about competition, you have direct competition, and the direct competition are competitors. Your direct competitors are individuals that are in the same, they're selling pretty much the same thing you're doing. So if you have a barbecue, so you got 4, Baldwin's have 3 direct competitors. So he has to find out what is unique at Baldwin's that the other 3 may not have. So those are direct competitors. But then you also have indirect competitors. Your indirect competitors could be like your Kroger's or your Myers, because they actually sell food. They sell barbecue, but that's not their main source. They'll take away dollars as well. So you have to pay attention to your indirect competitors as well. So they may not be directly in the thing that you're doing, but they may be selling one of your products or one of your services. And you have to pay attention to that as well, because you want to know what they're doing in order to get their customers in to buy the product that you want you want customers to buy from you. So what strategies are you creating? And are you offering certain services for free? Are you doing a promotional? Are you doing a letter campaign? What are how are you actually showing that you're unique then from your direct competitors as well as your indirect competitors. That is very important because when you can identify what way you're going to go, then that will help you with your SMART goals to actually get there and to fulfill your goals. So your strategies help you with your action plan in order to build to achieve your goals. Now, before I get to this whole cost sharing, are there any questions? Are there any? Okay. So we talked about your vision statement, your mission statement. We talked about SMART goals. We talked about objectives. We talked about strategies. Now, if you're able to walk through all of this in such a way that is clear and concise, you pretty much can now look at all of those things that you said and say, okay, at a typical day now, this is going to be a homework because I want you to a typical day in your business. Because if you can say that this is my vision, my mission, these are the services, this is my product, these are the people that I want to have come in, which is your customer, your customers that you want to attract. This is the message that I want to give to attract them into. You should be able to actually walk through to see where you and how to build contingency plans. Contingency plans are those plans that, okay, I got this in my business plan, but I hit a roadblock. Let's just say a manufacturer is no longer making that part. You got to have a contingency plan. So you have another backup so then that way it does not stop the flow of your money coming in because that part is no longer available by that particular manufacturer. That's important because the bottom line is you want to always have a way to get around an obstacle that may rear its head. So going through all of the different steps that we talked about today can give you a good accurate picture of how your business will actually flow to make sure that you're going to reach your goal. And if you're missing something that say, I know I will lose some money on this end, or because I don't have this in place, that will help you identify it. And it will help you to say, okay, I need to shore this part of it up. So then that way, when I communicate to my employees, they understand the step-by-step process of how to reach that goal. Because you're going to give them directives in order to meet your financial goal. Does that make sense? Now, I don't know if anybody ever worked in fast food, but when they do that inventory, they have that person doing that inventory, counting them buns are dollars. And those buns are either a hot dog or a hamburger. And that drives their whole profit margin. So if someone is stealing buns and they're ordering buns, or someone is they're dropping buns on the floor, that's money on the floor. So you want to make sure that you have an accurate way of actually being able to get to your goal. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay. I just want to make sure that makes
Yes.
sense. Okay. So let's talk about are there any, because we have, I think, we got 30 minutes, and then we're going to get into this whole the money part of it before we actually. So there's what I'm going to show you all right now is cost. Ooh, go back. Hold on, I'm not sharing. Okay, let me share. All right.
I'm not clear on the homework. You're going to review it again?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I jumped the gun. I'm all excited. All right. So now you have your business, and you're in the beginning stages of doing your business. What's most important? You need to sit down. Now, the Bible talks about when a man goes to build his house, he sits down first and adds up the cost you need to do before you get out the gate. Okay? This is the part that most people try to shy away from, because it's just like, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what I'm going to need. Well, there's some basic things that you consider when you're getting ready to start. So for your startup capital, what is the total amount of startup capital, which is money, you need to start to launch your business? You need to know what that bottom number is. Okay? We're going to walk through that. If you don't know what it takes to start your business, don't open your doors because you're overspending and wasting money. Okay? What are the anticipated expenses? What estimate your business's ongoing monthly expenses will be immediately after you launch? And what would the cost be for 3 months, 6 months, and a year? When we dive into a little bit more, we're going to be diving into how we actually forecast. So then that way you'll know how your profit is actually going to be affected based on outside of your control or within your control. So you want to know anticipate expenses. And then also, lastly, you want to know how much you want to make monthly, how much income ongoing on a monthly do you want after you launch in 3 months, 6 months, and a year. So when we talk a little bit more and dive into the step-by-step of how to forecast, because we're going to actually walk through, you do want to have an opportunity to sit down and add up the cost. So allow me to pull up my little handy duty little tool here I found online. Okay. Online is very, 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 very profitable. All right. So here we have Joe's Pizza Place. Now, this is Joe's startup cost. Can y'all see this? Can you see it? Does it make sense? You can see it? Okay. I'm going to make it bigger. All right. So let's start over here. Uh-oh. Got to be more careful. Here we go. All right. So this is Joe's Pizza Place. Let me just move this over. All right. So this is found on the SBA.gov website under Start Business. I wasn't that talented to actually create this like this worksheet. So this is free. SBA.gov is a fantastic place. Okay. So this is a fictional business of Joe's Pizza Place. Now you have one-time expenses and then you have monthly expenses. Now, the word budget should be your best friend because this is pretty much a budget. Now, you have the budget column here. Your budget is what you're estimating that you will possibly need. Now, when you're actually starting out the gate and you're adding up all the costs, you want to make sure that you have all your one-time expenses. So your one-time expenses could be your things that you only have to spend one time. So you got for his pizza place, he actually has a brick and mortar. So he has security deposit, first month's rent, first month's utility, including phone and internet. So he has that. This is what he's projecting. Then he has just renovations. So in his renovations, had to do some things in the kitchen, estimating that some tables and furniture was going to cost, the utensils, inventory starting off, but inventory, beverage, and alcohol. He's saying, okay, this is what I'm budgeting in. Then for miscellaneous, which is his license and permits. Please, we'll talk about that too. When you open up a business, you want to make sure that you got your licenses. So if you're talking about, I know we're talking about alcohol, you want to make sure you got an alcohol license. You want to make sure that you have a business license. You want to make sure that you have your certifications and licenses in order to do the things that you do. Legal fees, signage, technology, and software. So for his business alone, so that means also included in there, when you talk about technology or software, if you're planning on doing merchant services. So do you have a merchant machine? Do you have the Square box, or do you have the PayPal? Do you have mobile ways of transacting? Are there going to be fees attached to your Cash App? Is it going to be fees attached to your business PayPal account? Is it fees connected to your banking account? All of those miscellaneous for one time, you want to make sure that you need to purchase anything, that need to be loaded right here under your one-time expenses in order to get you up and going out of the gate. So if you're doing an e-commerce, you want to know, you want to make sure for your one-time is for your domain. Well, that's usually yearly, but you want to go ahead and establish your website. But your actual domain and hosting and stuff like that will be a monthly expense. But what does it take for you to get out the gate right now? So he actually said the total number of dollars that he needs is $9,850 to get started with his brick and mortar, which is a one-time expense. Now we move over to the monthly expenses. Now your monthly expenses budgeted is what you plan on anticipating spending at the end on a monthly basis. So this is going to be your monthly budget for your business. So he has monthly rent, property insurance, utilities. For his mating, for payroll taxes. Please make sure you add your payroll taxes. Health insurance, if you're doing health insurance. Professional services, accounting, legal consultants. Your office supplies, operating supplies. This is what they're paying out on a monthly basis. Your marketing. How much are you going to be spending on marketing? How much are you spending on promotional materials? Are you handing things out? Are you doing lanyards? What are you doing? And then miscellaneous, your liability insurance. If you're brick and mortar, if you're doing repairs, always, if you have a business, please make sure you have a repairs and maintenance bill or maintenance in your budget, because things happen all the time. And I'm telling you, maintenance and repairs will jack your budget up if it's not added into it. You cannot get around it. So if you have a food delivery service, make sure you add maintenance and car repair, oil changes. Build that into your monthly budget or your monthly budget, because those things actually happen. If you don't use it, you have dollars available. But if it comes up and you need to use it, I'm telling you, repairs and maintenance jacks a budget every time. I can speak for the first word. So if you don't know when a repair is going to be needed, okay? And then organizational dues. Are you a part of any association or organization that feeds you professionally? Are you a part of any organizations, like for instance the Downtown Development Association actually have yearly dues? Are you subscribing to magazines? Are you subscribing to organizational? Yep, the Chamber of Commerce. Yes, that will be, I think they're yearly, so that can be a one-time expense, or it can be part of your yearly budget as well. Yes, ma'am. So when he actually added up expense and his monthly expenses, so every month his business needs to at least clear $9,125 just for him to stay operational. That means that's break even. Okay, break even means that it's not a loss and you didn't make any money. You're just in business. So for him, he started his startup cost is pretty much $8,975 in order to get his business up and going. This part of it is where most people shy from. Well, I got a couple of $1,000 that should get me going, and then I'll make money in order to get these things done. No, that's raggedy, and don't do it, because the bottom line is you're going to end up spending more money on things that you could have prevented if you just sat down and did this expense first. Okay, I know I sounded like somebody auntie. That's raggedy. Excuse me. Non-professional. It's not good practice or good business. Oh, I'm sorry. My FaceTime. So I'll call him back. That's my nephew. So when you sit down and talk about adding up your actual startup costs, this is where you actually get down to it. This is where you actually get down and start calling around, figuring out what is it going to cost. Like Sabrina, you were talking about a travel party for liquor. So that means you have to take into account not only the liquor license, but you also have to account all of the things, the containers it takes to travel. Do you have a kit? Do you need a mixology class? Which would be a one-time expense. Do you have glasses? You have to think about all of those types of things. Do you have a vehicle that would be comparable enough to that? Do you have marketing on your vehicle so people will know? So when you start thinking about adding up all those costs, you are really looking at your business at a macro, which is big, and a micro level. Because overall, you want to know this is what I need to have. But then on a micro level, you want to make sure that you have spoons or stirs for your drinks. Does that make sense? So then that way, all of that is a cost. All of that is an expense. And then you want to make sure that do you have everything? When we talked about forecasting, do you know how you're going to get the money in? That 9,100 and some odd dollars to even, how is the money coming in? And so when you have your business, just a little sidebar, you don't want to get into the place where you're using your personal money for your business. You want business money. Okay. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to use your personal money, because sometimes you will use your personal money to get started out the gate. But for operational, you shouldn't be using your personal money. It should be business money. And your business money should be separated from your personal money. Because the IRS don't like that. They don't like that mixing of the two. They don't like that at all. And they'll come after you and just take everything. We want to avoid that. Okay? So sitting down, adding up the costs. So that means that you're making relationships with, because you want to get things at the lowest cost possible. You can get more for your dollar. And the more you can actually obtain by creating those different vendor relationships and actually shopping around and ask your competitors. Your competitor don't need to know that you're a competitor, but you can ask them, where did you find this mix at? Or what company do you use to do A, B, and C? And ask the question. Because the bottom line is, either you gonna find out the easy way or the hard way, or just be totally transparent. Say, you know what? I saw your business, and guess what? That's a dream of mine as well. But I have a special niche on mine. But who are your supplier? They may not tell you, but it's okay to ask. I'm very transparent, because the bottom line is, if you got something I want, I'm gonna ask. And then you ask me, are you going to business? I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. That's what FedEx told UPS. And then DHL came in, hopped in. Then you got private courier services. What is it? Everybody's doing the same thing, but they got a different niche. So your business is needed. If you have an idea and you're called to entrepreneurship, it's needed. Put it out there. Let's go. But make sure your stuff is right. But what you don't want to do is get started and then fall out before we get out the gate real good. And then also, when you're doing business, remember, think beyond your family members. Your family members love you, but they ain't gonna be the one supporting you. Facts. I know Paul was probably asking all the men in his family, man, let me do your car. And they were like, dude, nah, man, I'm going to Mako.
That's my worst customers. They want this stuff yesterday.
So Paul can tell you firsthand. Listen, family, we love them, but you got to make sure that sometimes don't rely on your family unless your family is super rich and they're gonna support you. But other than that, you got to find your people, find your tribe. Okay. Now, let me see what else I got here for y'all. This is fun. Let's see what else I have. All right. When you find out what your anticipated startup capital is, and you know how much you need to spend, then it's going to help you find out what you need to bring in. Okay, and do that for 3, 6, and 12 months. Okay, it's most important that you know, because things happen all the time, and if you don't meet your goal in 1 month, you have to make it up in the next month. If not, you're not going to make your actual goal overall. And when you don't make your goal overall, then you find yourself in, which is in the negative, and then you trying to make things happen. Sitting down at the beginning to add up your costs really does make a big difference. Joe's pizza. Last thing we're going to talk about today is the action plan. What are the specific action items and tasks that you need to complete now? Do you need to do your vision statement? Do you need to craft your mission statement? Do you need to craft your objectives, create strategies, SMART goals? Or do you need to sit down and add up the cost? What do you have to do? What are some of your future milestones? What are you planning on saying, okay, this is what I've accomplished this goal. I want to go here. This is what I want to do in the next 5 years. Again, that takes us right back to your vision statement. And what will you need to be accomplished by milestone in order to meet your objectives? So now we're going back. We're starting right where we ended. Right now is that, what do you need in order to accomplish your objectives? Add up the cost. No, if you say, hey, I need to have more employees, then you need to add that cost up. And what does it take to get more employees, and how would you get the financing to do so? SEDC has funding available. I know we're talking about doing a business plan, but don't forget, you have local resources in your community right now that can help aid. Now, other people money, OPM, that's real. It's really real. You don't even have to spend your money. You can use other people's money. And so SBA, SEDC, Saginaw Future, and with this pandemic and COVID going on, it's money everywhere for small businesses, especially if you're minority owned or a woman. There are resources out there for you. Even a lot of companies and big Fortune 500 companies are doing some investing in small businesses. I just heard that, I know that TCF Bank announced, I think it was like last month or month before last, that they were actually they have committed $1 billion for women minority businesses. You got to be positioned. So what do you need to do now to get positioned for that type of funding? What are your steps? What are your next goals? So, all right, homework. Dun, dun, dun. The homework is to do what we have, everything that we talked about. That's your homework. I think I gave you a lot. And the reason I say that is because that's going to be your foundation. Next week, we're actually diving into the actual proponents, and I'm going to give you questions for each area of the business plan. So then that way, actually answering these questions and writing at the same time. I do believe that the beginning of this workshop, Keisha, did we ever send out the actual template, business plan template?
But I will send it out following our meeting today. I'll go ahead and send out that template.
Okay. So when she sends out the template, it's an actual working Word document that you can actually type in to actually start working on your business plan. I would not suggest you do that template before you do this part, because I'm going to tell you, majority of the stuff that we talked about from last week and today, if you work really flush it out and really do it, it can be actually cut and paste. Except for the management part. We didn't talk about management yet. But the startup capital, the whole not all of that can be the beginning of part of your financials, which will help you with the with the forecasting and knowing how to actually position yourself, and understanding the profit and loss. So we got some things that we're going to take care of. If you have already done your 30-second elevator speech, that is cool. You want to, if I share more information today that will help you fine tune it, then go ahead and fine tune it. Get you a group of people. I mean, if you know people that you trust and love, pull them around and actually host a small session about, hey, what do you think about this? How did this resonate with you? If you have some customers already and your customers are saying, you know what, oh my God, I love everything that you do, bring them in and show them, how you're progressing and what your future goal is, and see if does that resonate with them, or have some other ideas. The bottom line is that we need each other in order to continue to grow. And I know that all of your businesses are going to be very successful because you already have the passion, and this is your second week and you came back. So I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. So if there's not any other questions, let's see.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
As far as, I would say, like registering our business and finding out, I guess, like what fees and stuff we have to pay, where's a good source to find that? Because I've been having some trouble lately.
Okay. There's a couple of places. One, you can call Saginaw County, the clerk's office. They can tell you the local fees. And Lara, Lara, which is the on Michigan.gov. I'll pull it up right now. Michigan.gov, Lara. Let me see. I'm going to share my screen. So this is Lara. Lara, License and Regulatory Affairs. You do a search for all the different types of licenses. Well, this is professional. Hold on, let me back up. You can do a state license search. You can do a, let me see. Professional licensing, commercial licensing. Let's see. Because it tells you everything that you need to have. Oh, that's mortuary science. For licensing, is on Lara. So you can actually do a search for whatever the business license and stuff you need to do, and it's online. Clerk's office also has business license, and the city actually has a business license too. Am I correct, Keith? Right in your building?
Yes, in the clerk's office in our building, you can apply for your business license in the city.
Yeah, in the city. Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yep, you can look up under LLC under Laura as well. And it gives paperwork and all the things you need to open. When you do LLC, you also have your articles of organization. Corp or a C Corp, you have articles of incorporation. I'm sharing my screen. Okay, here we go. Stop sharing. Okay. All right. For a food establishment, if you want your structure to be a LLC, you can. Have to actually just create it. When you do your articles of organization, you do need have individuals with you. You can actually do LLP if you have partners. I think somebody was on here that said they had partners. Your structure, if you all are talking about an LLP or an S Corp or a C Corp, you have to define what's going to be best for you. The S corp and the C corp are pretty much how business taxes would be identified identified by the IRS. So you just have to identify which structure is going to be good for you. As a sole proprietorship, you can be a LLC, you can be a LLP, which is a limited liability partnership, and then you also have the guidelines of how that'll all work out between you and your partners. And I think there's also, with an S and a C, it goes into like shares in regards to people owning part of your business and the different percentages and things of that nature. So it's a little more in depth when you start getting into that. But yeah, you can have an LLC for your food establishment. I said a lot to just say that. So are we clear on the homework?
I apologize, but I missed week 1. Do you have that presentation available?
Keisha does.
Okay.
Will you send the
I was
homework
gonna
for this
ask the
week how
same
you did
question.
for last week?
Yes.
You're welcome. Well, good luck today.
Keisha,
Yes, we
make
do
that
have
available, please.
available via YouTube. If you go to the City of Saginaw's website, you can view it. It was recorded on YouTube. So you can go there on the City of Saginaw's YouTube website. Of course, you're going to do YouTube and then go to the City of Saginaw, scroll down, and you'll see week 1's presentation.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, I have enjoyed my time with you all on today. Yes. You sure can. You sure can. Yep. I am so excited. Thank you all so much for this 2 hours of your life. I pray then that it has been informative, and I gave you some information that you can use that will help make your business plan a little more stronger and robust. So then that when you come out the gate, well, some people are already out the gate. That you can actually shore up a foundation, because the bottom line is that we want you to make money, and small businesses is the backbone of community and cities and nations. It's small businesses. So it ain't big corporations. It's small businesses. So we need your business. So thank you all, and I'll see you guys next week. I will send out the information. Oh, you're welcome, Miss Weston. You're so welcome. So I look forward. I would send the email out of a recap like I did last time. So then you can have that. And then I will also provide my slides. I think someone asked for the slides. So I'll share those as well.
Thank you for being so inspirational. You need to teach up. You would be representative of a teacher in a school system where
Oh,
you can show them how to get their points across and teach all of the skills that them. You were great. You really were. I felt like I was in the same room with you. I really did.
wow.
Great.
Y'all, I'm a transparent moment. Y'all can get off if y'all need to. Last week I struggled. I was talking to Keisha like, did I do okay? I had a hard time. So, because I was, when you have these high expectations, like it's gonna go like this, and they don't, you be like, hey, did I do okay? I saw Keisha the other day. She was like, you did fine.
Well, I was satisfied, and I'm sure others, I'm not going to speak for others, they're expressing how they feel about it, but it was a wonderful experience. And that's not always what's happened with me at webinars. Okay. So,
Oh, thank
Great,
you.
great. With that
Totally
being
agree.
said, would you go on our Facebook page, the SEDC Court, and comment about our webinar, and just maybe give an encouraging word for someone else to join, because maybe we had a lot more people to register, but all the time everybody that registered doesn't attend, of course. And so if we could get some feedback, some momentum going, hopefully we can get more people
okay, tell me
to
where do
join.
we
I'm
go?
going to put it in the comment. This is
Okay.
our Facebook page. If you could go there and make a comment. about the business plan writing workshop, that would be wonderful.
Okay.
Okay, so you see how Keisha did that, right? Remember earlier
Yes.
we were talking about reviews? You want somebody to speak positive about your business. You want to promote them to do reviews. And that would drive more people here. See, I'm telling you, it works. And again, Facebook is fulfilling this mission. Again, it's connecting people. See, mission is still being fulfilled.
Yes.
So.
All right. Thank you so much, Michelle. Great job on today. I really enjoyed you. So again, you will receive the business plan template. I will email that out, as well as Michelle's template for her business plan PowerPoint itself. I'll email that out as well. And you can work on those. And we will look forward to seeing you next week on Wednesday, same time, same place.